some sin. You've been listening to gibberish hits in the interim. Dimmer done, cause here me come. To make you stand up, hands up.
For the story mode of Modern Warfare 2, picks up 5 years after the first Call of Duty. You playing as Roach. He's under the leadership of Soap, and you are part of the Spec Ops. Now you switch characters in this game just like the last one. You switch to this guy named Ramirez, and he is I think a sergeant, I believe. I don't know what he is, but he is in the U.S. Army, and you mostly fight in the U.S. when you're with Ramirez. But when you're Soap, Roach, you fight around the world. And the story is good. They really focus on gameplay more than anything, so that's great in the story. But the reason why I really don't like story that much is because of the intermissions. The intermissions bore the hell out of me, and I really can't just sit here and watch it, look at a screen with a bunch of pictures and this old guy talking about what's happening in the war. I'd rather see cutscenes in Infinity War. Other than that, I really think it's a good game. It really, a good story. It keeps you into it. You would play from start to finish, and the last chapter really heats up, and the middle chapters kind of are alright, and the first chapter is really a tutorial, so it's not that great. And that's it really on the story. The story does what it needs to, and that's about it.
Roach, go to Plan B. 5, 4.
The graphics, they're better than the last game. They really just focus on the environment and rebooting their whole system, which I think was perfect from the first game. So they really didn't need to do anything. They really focused on the snow, the way it looks. They really focused on the desert look. They improved that. And the whole chaos when you're in the Washington, D.C. and the U.S., it's really good. So that's about it with the graphics. They're better than the last game. We're going to talk about Spec Ops real quick. Spec Ops, you can play up to 2 players. You can play local, Xbox Live, or PSN. Spec Ops is mission based. You do missions from getting to point A to point B, planning or defusing the bomb, eliminating a certain amount of enemies, and there's stars involved in it. And you get 3 stars every mission, and you can play from hardened to regular to veteran, I believe. I don't know if you can play on regular, but hardened and veteran you can definitely play on. And you do missions with your friends on Xbox Live or PSN. The only thing I really hate about Spec Ops is there's no checkpoints. I wish they had at least 1 checkpoint so I wouldn't have to start all over, because that really makes me mad. And after I die once or twice or 3 maybe, I'm just done with the Spec Ops experience. So the really reason why you should be playing Spec Ops is because the achievements or the trophies. And now we're going to move on to multiplayer. This is the reason why you guys are probably going to buy this game. The multiplayer is way better than the last game. They improved on everything. The title and the emblem thing looks real cool. The maps, they're good, except they're not really good. They're alright. The Call of Duty 4 maps are way better. It's just that they try to make it where you can't get like nade tossed across the map, so I think that's what they did with the maps. And like the multiplayer is Call of Duty 4 but revamped and way better, and this is probably the reason why you're going to buy the game, is because of multiplayer. And the multiplayer delivers. It delivers 110%. It is a great multiplayer. The weapons, when you first get it, look it looks like there's not that many weapons. But later on, you'll find out that there's a lot of weapons. You can have shotgun as a sidearm. Now you don't need a pistol. You can have a rocket launcher. You can, what else? You can have sticky grenades, which is pretty cool. And that's about it on the multiplayer. The multiplayer is better than ever. So you should definitely buy this game if you have online. This game is built for online. It's so much better than Modern Warfare 1. This online is great. It entertains you. It makes you have fun. The whole prestiging thing is fun this time, because you lose all your weapons just like the last game, but you get a custom slot, and who wants to stay the same level all the time without gaining levels is kind of boring. So you should really prestige on multiplayer. But the only reason why you should rent this game if you don't have online. I really can't stress this enough. If you don't have online, I really think you should rent it. Maybe you might just pass on it. But other than that, it's a good game. The only thing I really have like strong thought about is how's the downloadable content going to be for this game, because the last Modern Warfare, the downloadable content only released like 3 maps, I believe, and they weren't that great of a maps. So with this one, Infinity Ward, I'm hoping you move on to like the World of War developers, how they made Nazi zombies. So I hope there's spec out missions, and I hope there's new maps. Other than that, this game is great. It's definitely one of the best games of 2009. So